Boys and girls, we're going to use our manipulatives this morning to do a few subtraction problems. So the first thing I would like for you to do is to please get out your whiteboards. So I gave them 2 subtraction problems that involved regrouping with manipulatives. So there were 10 sticks and 1s cubes within Ziploc bags. So each student gets a bag. And then I wrote a subtraction sentence up on the board that involved regrouping. I had them first make the minuend because I find that if a student doesn't know how to make that first number, then a way for them to be checked is their partner checks. And I did notice that there were a couple kids who didn't have the correct minuend, and so the partner said, oh, you know, you need another 10 stick.
Subtracted 110 equals 110 because we only had 2 tens, so that equals 15.
And then they looked at the problem, and I asked them, what do you think we're going to have to do here? So I wanted them to think about, do I need to regroup and why? Taylor, what do you think?
We have to regroup.
Who can repeat that for me? Cash.
We have to regroup.
We have to regroup. Who can repeat that for me? Nathan.
We have to regroup.
We have to regroup. But the question is why? How do you know we have to regroup? Henry.
Because there isn't enough and there isn't enough 1s.
There aren't enough 1s. So when we regroup, what are we doing?
We're breaking up the 10s and breaking them up to 1s.
I wanted them to really listen and think about how they were going to approach the problem. After that, I let them go ahead. And so then as they were doing that, I wandered around and kind of looked to see what students were doing. And so then I had them share with their partner what they did. Hopefully that's a way to catch an error. But then we talked about a common error. We have a discrepancy, a disagreement between partners, okay? And I'm gonna have Angelina come up and prove her answer, and we'll see. So I put the error up, and then I asked students, what do you think was the mistake that was made? What did the student do? And we had a student who was able to tell us. Hamza, what do you think was the issue?
I think I forgot to regroup.
You forgot to regroup, taking away a 10 and breaking it up? Okay, thank you. So we probably crack them out 3 times a week, just sort of as a warm-up to our regular lesson, and it's a lot of review of what we've done, and they're really good. I mean, I have a lot of kids in my class who have attention and focus issues, but they know once those manipulatives come out, they have to be on task and on target. So, all right. Bump, bada, bump, bump. Okay, so, well, I was a non-believer in manipulatives for a long time. The thoughts that went through my mind are, oh my gosh, I have so many students who can't handle using the manipulatives. It becomes a big mess. They become toys. But then I went to several trainings where they really talked about that visual and that sort of kinesthetic piece that students need, and developmentally, they really need it. So manipulatives, I think, are kind of a management issue, right? But if you have them sort of laid out and you train the students in advance, I first gave them the manipulatives and I said, play with them. I gave them a lot of play time at the beginning, and that kind of got that out of their system. And then I really taught them some specific rules about the manipulatives. When we have them out for math, we're not going to play with them anymore. They're no longer toys, they're tools, because that's what we're building, a lot of fluency with numbers. So this is one way for them to actually apply what they're learning.